Hey everyone, this is Muhammad.nadeem and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this video, we will explore this simulation which is related to the electric current and different environmental conditions which affect the flow of the electron. In other words, we can say that which affect the current inside the conductor. So this is the topic which is the electric current simulation. And before starting the simulation, we have to explore the interface of this simulation. Here we have the button, the setup and the start button, and this is the go and pause button. We will start simulation from here, and we know that different material have different current and their capability to allow charges, and they depend upon many factors such as their size and their band gap and other their natural their nature. So if the current also depend upon the temperature, the environmental temperature here, the button is the wire temperature. We will tune this and we will see how this current inside the conductor will affected by the external temperature. And similarly, we have this button where here the level is wire diameter. So if we increase or decrease the diameter of the wire or the width of the wire, then by diameter I mean the area of the wire. So if we increase or decrease the area of the wire, then the conduction or the flow of electron in that wire will be also changes. So here we will change this and we will see the effect of this on the conductor, on the flow of electrons. And this in this button, it is labeled as wire length to source. And if we increase or decrease the length of the conductor, then the current through that conductor will also changes. And similarly, from here we will select the battery and the magnitude of that battery and the type of the magnitude of the voltage provided by the battery and the type of the battery. Here we have this is the DC battery one with 1.5 volt. This is the 3 volt battery, and this is 9 volt battery DC, and this is the 2 coil generator AC, and this is 4 coil generator AC, and this is 6 coil generator AC. And we will select one by one and we will see there what is the reaction of this flow of electron, and what is the what and effect of these flow of electron by changing the type of the current. So if we provide the DC to this conductor, then what will happen inside this conductor in the flow of electron? And similarly, if we provide the AC, and we will see that what are the effect of the AC when we provide that to a conductor. And that's it. So let's start the video. Here we have this simple circuit which consists of this battery source, and which is connected through this wire to the bulb. So here we have resistor, this bulb, and this is the switch. So if we on the battery by clicking here to select the source of the battery, the current will flow through this conductor. And if we on this switch, the current the circuit will close, and here the charges will flow from in this way, and then the circuit will complete. So here we have the wire which is present, which is used to connect this resistor to the battery. And at the same wire, I select the area from here at the same wire, and I zoom that. So that area is look like this. Now I'm going to provide the DC source here. The DC source I'm going to select is 3 volt. 3 volt DC I have selected. And now I'm going to click on this button, go. So the charges will start motion. So before selecting the battery here, I'm going to select it as a none. So there will be no source of the battery, and if I again click on this go, and here will still the charges, and that is here still the free electrons, and that is moving. Then if the charge is in motion, then why there is no there is no current inside the charges in the absence of the uh, battery source. So here we know that each I selected this as a copper atom block here. So there are this is the copper rod, and inside that copper rod we have large number of the copper atoms, and the copper atom have 29 atomic number. It has a 29 atomic number, and in outermost shell, this copper atom had one electron. So here it has one electron, and the atom, that electron is present far away from the nucleus, and therefore the electrostatic force between the nucleus and that electron is very low, is very less. Therefore, the hold of the nucleus on that electron will be less, and that electron will free even at room temperature. Therefore, we have these free electrons. Each free electron come from their respective copper atom. So here we have this copper atom, and this white color is the free electron, which is the outermost electron, and that is free, and because it is present far away from the nucleus. So here we have the large number of the copper atoms, and each free electron is contributed by each copper atom, and we know that the electron must be in motion. Just like an atom, we saw the electron is revolving around the nucleus. So in their same analogy, this electron will always in motion. Then why there is no current? Because the electron in this case moving randomly. Here, if I consider this electron, so here if I consider this electron, it is moving in this way, and now it will collide with the other and change its direction. So then it will collide with the other electron and then change its direction. So each electron in this case, when the battery is not provided, the electrons are moving randomly, and the net velocity of this electron is zero. Therefore, in the absence of battery, in the absence of battery, there is no current. This is because the net velocity is zero. V net is zero. This is because the V net is zero. Now, if we provide the source to this wire, which I have zoomed here, please focus here. I am going to increase the I am going to provide the battery, which is 9-volt DC battery. Then restart this. And now I restart this, but still these electrons are moving randomly because here the circuit is not completed. Now I connect I on this, then see here. Now the circuit has been completed, and this resistor, this bulb is on, and therefore the electron will flow from start motion from this DC which I have provided, and this DC which I have provided, and then moving here. So if I zoom the conductor here, then inside that conductor the electron will flow. So this is the motion of that electron. And why this electron is in motion due to this battery? This is because the electron here, this is because the electromotive force, this is because the electromotive force inside this battery, inside this battery provide the potential difference across the terminal of the battery. So here it the this electromotive force provides the potential difference, and due to their potential difference, the electric field will develop inside this conductor each and everywhere. So, in this way, if I zoom the conductor here, the electric field will develop inside each and everywhere inside this conductor. And now, let's say we have the electric field. So for explanation, I'm going to pause this. So let's say due to the electromotive force inside this battery develop the potential difference across their terminal, and due to which the electromotive force will be appear inside this conductor. So here we have, let's say we have the electric field present here. So due to that potential difference, the electric field will develop at each and every point inside the conductor. So we know the formula of the electric field intensity, which is the force per unit charge, and from this I can find the force which is equal to the electric field intensity times the charge. So due to that potential difference, electric field is developed inside the conductor, and from that we find the force. So here and each free electron, this force will exert. So here this force will exert on this electron, this force will exert. And as I discussed before that, this electric field will present at every point inside the conductor. So therefore, this force will exert at every point inside the conductor on the charge. So in this case, the charges are free electrons, so the force will exert it at the same direction. In the direction of the electric field at each and every free electron. So therefore, if some force exert on the free electron, that free electron will start motion due to that force. Due to that force, it will start motion from one side to another side, and that's why we can. And if that large number of and if that charges passes through the area, here we have selected this area inside this conductor in this simulation, this dotted line around here in the conductor, we select this area. This is the area, and the free electrons that passes through this area, the free electrons mean the number of the charges, the number of the free electron means the number of the charges that passes through this area at a given time t is called the electric current. So that is the electric current. And now I'm going to again start this, then the same phenomenon occur here. Here inside the battery, we have the electromotive force. Due to that electromotive force, the potential difference will develop across the battery, and due to that potential difference, the electric field will create at each and every point inside the conductor. And let's say we have that conductor, the electric field will develop at every point. And due to that electric field, the force will exert it in the direction of electric field. So here on each and every free electron, the force is exerted from the left to right. And if that number of the charges passes through this selected area at a time t, then we call that a current. So therefore, we say that if we provide the source battery source to the circuit, then the current will flow, and the current flow is actually in this way. All free electrons are moving from one side to another side, and we quantitatively find that amount of the charge is flowing through the concept of the electric current here.